Like it's war. Y'all niggas, they think they too powerful. The Jews think they too powerful that they can get Cardi to play with me. They think they too powerful. They think they could get Kim to play with me. The Jews.
What's going on, people? What's going on? All praises be to the Most High. You know, that's first and foremost. All praises be to the Most High. This is Pilgrims in the Earth, man. I appreciate everybody supporting. You know what I'm saying? Even if you just watched for 1 minute, you could have been anywhere else, but there's many channels. I appreciate y'all support. Um, yeah, man. Been doing this watermelon thing, just had me some watermelon. I'm feeling good. Kind of my energy is kind of down, but we gonna rock. We gonna rock. We gonna rock. But anyway, man, yeah, man, as you see, I was just watching this video, right? And I know I'm kind of late, because I wasn't gonna even talk about it. I hate to hop on uh trendy trendy news or trendy viral moments, Of course, as you see Kanye West, every time he do something, it's like a viral moment or it's controversial, might I say. But yeah, man, to see how aggressively or um what's the word? Radical he speaks. I hate to say that because I sound like a coon, but I'm not saying it in the sense of from my perspective, but I'm saying like the way they would deem that as very radical, the way he's talking, especially against, the ish community, the wish community, they the genies of the industry, like I always say. Um, I want to tell people, especially people that's pro-black, uh, don't get caught up in these moments where you see these people going at the wish people because uh, believe it or not, they're there for a reason doing that. You get what I'm saying? And I'm a fan of I would never say I'm a fan of a person at the level of knowledge that I have now and wisdom. But to some degree, I'm a fan of Kendrick Lamar's music. I did a video recently, probably a couple months, about the whole performance that he did and how these moments are meant to gear black people up emotionally because they know we're very vulnerable. We're very vulnerable emotionally. I mean, and that's for great reason because you have a whole history of, genocide, of our ancestors, and you know, injustice, in America and things like that. They know we're very, very vulnerable and gullible emotionally. So it's easy for them to put something out there in the news of, whether it be true or not, like the George Floyd situation or the Eric Garner, and see a black person getting beat up, they know it's gonna arouse us up or rile us up emotionally, and we can get violent. We'll start tearing some stuff up. They know we do that. Um, so with us doing that, that makes us look like the aggressor, and they paint us in the media and say, look, this is what they're doing. Look what they're doing. They tearing their own neighborhoods up, or they tearing their own businesses up. So with us doing that, now they can bring in the, you know, the reaction uh, to us, what we're doing. You get what I'm saying? Or they have to bring control to what we're doing. So you'll have uh, civil arrests, things like that. And, people lose their lives, people get locked up. There's a lot of those people, Cuban and Mexicans, immigrants, a lot of them, they don't even know where these people are right now because you had all these border patrols coming and just taking people, taking children. And they take these people, there's no laws, based on what they can do or what they cannot do with that. So, and I'm just using that as an example. When there's a serious situation where people who want solutions, or they say, oh, these people are causing a problem for us and it's making an unsafe situation, that leaves military and police to, do some unlawful things. So it's always chess, man. It's always chess. But I use Kanye West because I sincerely think Kanye West, your Kendrick Lamar's, these people are used as as tools or pawns to rile us up. You know, music is a very spiritual thing, man. We have to remember that. And also, um, the industry that they're a part of, you have to think, man. all our leaders, all of our leaders have been unalived right in front of our face. You know, the whole agenda was to get totally eradicate all of the leaders who speak for us. You know, I think that's completely out of the way. Even when you talk about, you know, the leaders over these religious organizations, a lot of them have taken the deal. You get what I'm saying? And some of them might not have taken the deal, but they've have an agreement with the CIA, the FBI, all these people, because these people have a lot of power in this world, and they'll put some fear on you. You get what I'm saying? So they'll tell you, hey, yeah, keep, you know, you do your YouTube thing, you make your money, you know, you can still have your congregation, your church. Just don't talk about this. You know, you can talk about that. You know, you hate white people, or the black man is the original man, and this, that, and the third. They're it don't stop at Al Sharpton. It don't stop at Jesse Jackson. They have they have a prosperity pimp for everybody. Even if you're into the conscious movement, that's what those people are for. So you will not be a person that can move 5, 6, 7 million people at one time, and you think that you're gonna be talking about the wish people on a platform? Nah, nah. You would come up missing if it was that serious. You would come up missing. And that reminds me of you know, MK Ultra. You know, MK Ultra and psych medic drugs that mess with your brain. They can control people, man. They a lot of the so-called terrorist attacks, or, you know, domestic terrorist attacks. I think the Batman shooter guy who was out of his mind, who shot up the movie theater, and when they had him in court, he wasn't there. A lot of these people are prepped. They're prepped for an agenda. You know, this is CIA operations, and this is not just, you know, conspiracy theories. You can look these things up. You also have crisis actors. You have all these things that tie in. Remember, we was talking about Black Lives Matters. They had us tearing up our own cities. And then you had agents or actors that was operating, working for, you know, George Soros. So yeah, man, don't get riled up because Kanye, you know, he says certain things like, oh, you know, the wish people been doing this and doing that. They're trying to get you involved. You get what I'm saying? So don't be surprised this summer when it's always getting warm outside. They always starting to ramp up these race situations. They're race baiting us into a situation to get emotional, to get physical, because they don't just engage physically. They want to, you know, reel in the bait. I mean, reel you in with the bait, might I say. But just like, for example, right? If you're working, let's say a factory job, or a corporate job, or whatever, you're not about to just be walking around your office saying, hey, the wish people, you know, the wish people control this and that. You know, no, they will fire you because guess what? You have a boss. You have an executive over that company. You have management. You have supervisors. You think you're just about to be just saying whatever you want and these people pay you? It just isn't so. So, in return, do you think that they're going to allow this man whose influence to over, I don't even know, maybe 10, he has a lot of influence, millions of people, even the young generation. So he can say something and make stuff move. You know what I'm saying? So just like with Kyrie Irving, you know, he tweeted something out and they shut it down immediately. It was over. So it's not like somebody like Kendrick Lamar came with this black agenda to wake his people up, and he made it to the top and just just so happened he got a Super Bowl opportunity performance. You think that was by chance? Nah, it just doesn't happen like that. But yeah, man, you really gotta be wise out here. You really gotta be wise out here. It's an anti-imitism. Imitism. I ain't gonna say the other word because it might be a buzzword to the video. So I'm gonna say the anti-imitism trap. They're trying to get us and don't and it's not a big coincidence. I said this before that now they're in placing laws. If you have hate towards that group of people, there's serious laws that they can put there's serious actions that they can put on you. You know what I'm saying? Because now you hate these group of people. You know what I'm saying? Now, and there's a narrative. Remember they had the Asian hate crime bill? And was another interesting thing. Not Trump, Kanye, he'll talk, wish people, they doing this, they controlling this, but you support Trump. And who does Trump support? You see what I mean? So Trump is always, every president is going to always support, the lobbyists and those people over there in Israel. So don't get swayed, man. Don't get swayed. Yeah, just because they put a black face on something and it sounds good, they understand how we feeling. Do you think they don't know about all these Israelite groups in America? Speaking of Esau and the Wish people and Revelations 2 and 9, and that they know all of that. They know it's happening. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna spin it. You're just talking, but guess what? They're gonna make it sound like you want to violently hurt these people. You got to understand the devil that we're dealing with. You get what I'm saying? They've always done this, but yeah, they're gonna spin it. They're gonna spin it, and anybody that's associated with that kind of talk, or anybody associated with a lot of these groups, I can see it in the future. I might be wrong. I'm not no psychic, or I'm not a prophet. But what I'm saying is, anybody that's associated with those groups, Hebrew Israelite groups or Islamic groups and all these pro-black groups, is usually anti-Semitism. They're gonna put that hate bill on you. So guess what? A lot of people gonna be getting locked up, man. A lot of people gonna be getting locked up behind that. And you ain't gonna know where they at. Just like them immigrants, where they, it's a reason why. I gotta say it again. Know y'all tired of it. It's a reason why the Most High say, "Come out of her, my people." You get what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be straight up mayhem. Straight up chaos and a trap for our people. And a lot of people are starting to hit me up now, and they're trying to make moves concerning safety. A lot of people I never thought would probably hit me up, but they're starting to hit me up like, hey, what can we do? A, B, and C. And most high willing, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, and we always got to be moving too. We pilgrims in the earth. That's why I named the channel that. But yeah, man, I just wanted to put that on your thoughts, this early, afternoon. But yeah, man, continue to support if you can. Please like, share, subscribe. Pray for me. I'm praying for y'all. It's Pilgrims in the Earth. Peace.